Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri joins me now. Senator, good to see you tonight. Thank you for being here. What do you think about that chain of events?
I think it's totally predictable. We saw that these companies shoveling money at Joe Biden and Kamala Harris back during the campaign. Now you look at this Facebook executive is running the Biden transition. You look at big tech executives ending up in key positions all over the place. And make no mistake about it, Martha, if Joe Biden is sworn in as president in January, big tech is going to run this administration, just like they did in the Obama-Biden administration. Let's not forget, Google was on the line for an antitrust lawsuit back during the Obama administration, and the Obama team shut it down after Google met with them. Where else? In the White House. These tech companies are calling the tune, and Joe Biden is going to do whatever they tell him to.
Yeah, I mean, if these companies are going to try to convince everybody that they are fair, that they're not biased, they need to stop slapping these kind of labels on stories and then turning around and donating to the candidate that it benefits. It's a very bad look, to put it mildly, but it doesn't seem to be bothering any of them at this point. I want to talk to you about this stimulus bill because it looks like they're getting somewhere. Just give us your update on where this stands right now.
Well, listen, the most important thing that Congress can do is give working people, working families relief before Christmas, and that's why we ought to vote in the Senate on a bill that will give $1,200 to every individual, $2,400 to couples, working families, $500 to kids who need it. This is what we did back in March. Every senator voted for it. This ought to be the centerpiece of any relief effort. People are desperate, Martha. Working people are desperate for help. We're not talking about wealthy people. We're talking about working people. They ought to be the center of this bill, not an afterthought. And that's why I've introduced legislation to get it done.
Yeah, this is what's so crazy when you look at the numbers on the deals that were considered months ago. And Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, said, nope, that's not enough. Listen to what she said. This is back in August 11th. She said this. Watch.
Last week, they came up with some meager proposals, and the president then over the weekend did even less to give an illusion so that the market would go up and people would think we're not paying attention, that he might be doing something. But let me just say this. We have children who are food insecure in our country.
So we have children who are food insecure, and that's absolutely true. You have people going to food banks who have never been to a food bank in their life and never expected to be at one. But let's put up this graphic. Matt Taibbi wrote about this today. Let's put up this graphic that shows this is the state and local aid that Nancy Pelosi said she could not do without, that she needed to have as part of any deal. Back in September, they were at $436 billion. Then in October, it shrunk to $300 billion. And the deal that they finally, came to the table on and said, OK, now it's time to help America's working people, is down to $160 billion in state and local aid. So how did that happen?
Yeah, well, it's because the Democrat leadership has been a lot more interested in bailing out big government than they have in actually helping workers. And they wanted hundreds of billions for big government instead of helping working people. And that's why I say what we ought to be focused on, and what I'm focused on, is helping working families. No bailouts to big government, no bailouts to big corporations for that matter. They need this corporate welfare. What we need is help to working people. And by the way, Martha, let's just remember, the reason that working folks are in trouble is because the government shut down their businesses and shut down their jobs back in March and April and May and June, and still in some of these other states. That's why folks are hurting. They need the help. Let's give the help directly to people that need it. No government intermediary. Write a check to the people who need the help.
Well, Mitch McConnell has said it's going to happen before any break for the holidays, and I know you've been working with Bernie Sanders on it. Not something that the two of you normally do, but it's good to see people pull together, because obviously this is should be a bipartisan situation. There is a lot of need out there. Senator, thank you. Good to see you tonight.
Thank you.